everyone, it's Elizabeth Valeries from the Revitalized Family and Divorcee Midlife Crisis. And here we are on day 2 of the Inner Journey Challenge, 30-day video challenge. And as you can tell, I have a voice. It's kind of cool. And I still have a touch of frog, but you know, it'll work its way out. Had 2 cups of coffee to make sure I could talk this morning. This is Elena. And today's topic is to share your vision. What you see yourself doing in the future and what you want for your future. And you know, the biggest part of my vision has always been to have a closer knit family than what I had growing up. To know that you're not going to be judged or you're not going to be punished for having a different opinion, for having a different viewpoint. And you know, I've gone out of my way with my children as they grow up to be supportive of the things that they want. I may not always agree with them, and they can all vouch for the fact that I don't always agree with them. But I always try to support the things that they're interested in, as long as it doesn't hurt themselves or somebody else. You know, what's important to me is that family's first. You know, we all have jobs of one point or another, of one sort or another, but I wanted family to come first. I wanted to know that if there was something important that happened, that family would be the most important thing. And that hasn't always worked out to the best for us. And we're now getting to a point where that is possible on all levels, whether it's just between me and the kids or in my relationships or anything like that. And, you know, that's very, very important to me. You know, trust, knowing that you can go to the person and not be judged, knowing that you can talk to the person about your interests and things that you want to do and have them talk to you constructively and not naysay you, but encourage you and help you to look at all different angles. You know, we talk about all sorts of stuff, whether I like it or not. We sometimes do the too much information thing as the kids are getting older. And but I'd rather have the TMI coming from them at me rather than them watching TV or going to their friends and getting information that may not be accurate. It might actually put them in a dangerous position. In fact, we do it so well that a lot of times their friends come and talk to me too. So that gets a little bit interesting sometimes. What? Don't forget about truth as a rule. Yes, we do not lie in our house. We do not keep secrets in our house. Secrets, you know, a lot of people like to giggle and say that secrets are something to be shared between best friends, but in our experience, secrets are things that people make you keep because it's going to end up hurting somebody. We don't do secrets here, we do surprises. Surprises are things that you can keep quiet for a little while, but they're going to come out in the end because it's something that's going to make someone else happy. It's going to do something to benefit somebody else, whereas a secret will ultimately hurt somebody. So we don't do secrets in our house. And, but trust is a big thing. You know, I didn't have my parents' trust. They went through my things. They took my things. They punished me for having an opinion. And I don't do that with my children. I want my children to feel comfortable and be willing to do and have things together with us that, you know, we wouldn't otherwise have. And in doing that, we're supportive of each other. Now, another part of that too is that with each of the things that we've gone through, we use those things to help other people. You know, I've been through relationships that have had issues with domestic violence. And I use my experiences with those instances to help other people that may be experiencing similar things. I use my experience with my kids and their handicaps to turn around and help other parents that are in similar caregiver situations that don't know what to do, don't know how to accept limitations that are given them. And you know what? I tell them not to accept them. The only reason that you have those limitations is because someone's setting them for you. If you don't want that limitation, if you don't believe in that limitation, it's not going to control you. My son was supposed to be locked into a wheelchair, blithering like a mumbling idiot and drooling for the rest of his life, and I wouldn't let them do that to him. Now he's a massage therapist. Kendall, the one that's behind me in the yellow, has a heart condition that should have stuck her on a couch for years waiting open heart surgery. We didn't let that happen either. She took dance classes starting for a half an hour when she was 3 years old, all the way on up to 8 hours. She's so healthy now that they've asked her to join the track team at one point. This one has asthma, and she went from missing school 2.5 months out of the year to just missing maybe 12 days last year. We're slowly getting through and conquering each of these things. My older daughter is autistic. They thought that we should institutionalize her because she'd never be able to socialize. Not only does she socialize, she's been in ballet, she's been in musicals, she sings, she's got a serious boyfriend, and they now have a 4-year relationship. I may end up with a son-in-law out of this. But, we're trying to give them as normal of a life as possible, whereas other people told us it never would happen. So, the vision is be there for each other. Do what you can for one another. Love one another and put each other first. Because if you don't, nobody else will. And once you have that kind of trust, once you have that kind of affirmation and knowing that you're going to be there for each other, well, you know what's going to happen then? Then you know that no matter what happens, you have a support network. And when that's possible, there's nothing that's impossible for you. So, you know what? That's my vision. And I'm babbling, and oh my goodness, it's 6 minutes. I was only supposed to be 2 or 3, so I apologize. But I've got a whole much more fleshed out part of this on my blog. It would be buildingabrandonline.com, the Revitalized family. And if you'd like to, I'd love to see you there. Thanks, and I'll talk to you tomorrow on next day's challenge.
Bye.